Everyone, it's Paige and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to work on our full swing, and all you're going to need is a golf club and a full-length mirror or a mirror of any kind. This is great for getting that repetition in. You want to try to work on those positions and get that muscle memory. So I'll show you a couple kind of movements that I do as well that work on my legs, making sure my legs are moving right through the swing. And since you guys seem to always have a hard time paying attention to me when I'm actually giving tips, we're going to make it a little bit easier for you to focus on exactly what I'm saying. We're good to go. Let's get right into it. So first I'm going to work on is my takeaway. I have issues with my takeaway. I know a lot of people do as well. This is why you see me never post down the line swing videos, because my takeaway tends to go a little out and then inside. And I'm self-conscious about that. I'm insecure about my takeaway. But this is really great to work on the positions that you want to hit. I'm set up as I normally set up, and then when I take it back, I almost want my hands to disappear. So the club should be blocking my hands. And so if I do what I normally do when I take it out, you'll be able to see my hands and the club head, and that's not okay. And then if you have an opposite problem with me, and you tend to take it a little bit more outside, and if you do take it more outside, that's not actually a bad thing. You see a lot of players actually tend to have the club a little outside their hands, and that's not as bad of a problem as if you're obviously going inside like I am. If you're going inside, then you tend to just kind of bring your arms up, and then you get stuck at the top, and that's why you see my legs get really quick, and I'm a little out of sync, and it all starts with my takeaway. So I work on just trying to get my hands to disappear. And I'll do this as many times as possible because I'm trying to get that muscle memory. And don't hit your dog. I'm trying to move my shoulders with it as well. I don't want to just move my arms, because you're then practicing the wrong thing. You want to make it as realistic to your swing as possible. So I try to feel like my shoulders and everything are connected to my hands. It's almost like I'm pushing a ball back. It's another great drill that you can work on too, if with your takeaway, is put a ball behind your club and you want to push it back. So you keep doing that, so you keep it low and slow is kind of what I try to think of. So you can keep doing that drill, because you don't want to just stand here and pick it up. You want to really feel like you're moving your hands and everything together. And then Nico is looking at my swing path and making sure I'm doing it correctly. So you want to do this as many times as possible. You also want to make sure your hips are moving with everything as well, because you don't want to stand here and have your hips and legs stationary. You want to, again, mimic the swing that you're actually doing, so it's just a slight kind of turn. You don't want to sway off the ball, so you don't want to do this. You want to just kind of turn around. Turn your hips, turn your shoulders. Next is taking it from the position where your hands are hidden, then up to the top. The position that you're looking for is you want your left arm to be across your shoulder. So it's almost like your hands are coming out of your right shoulder. You don't want them too high or too low. And again, this is a personal preference and what I'm working on with my coach, so it could be different for you and what you're working on with your swing instructor, because some swing instructors like higher hands. I wouldn't say any of them like it below the shoulder, but that's just a position that I like. I like it a little bit more laid off. And when I say laid off, you can tell that the hands are a little bit lower instead of higher. So I stop in that first position and then I turn it up. You don't want to feel like your hands are moving without anything else turning, so everything is working together. So I'm trying to hit that position right there, and then I just take it up in that position. So my hands feel like they're hidden, and then they go through my shoulder. So I'll just, again, keep working on this to get that muscle memory and that feeling of being connected. So that's what I kind of work on and what I'm trying to see when I'm working on my takeaway. Again, this could be different for you and what you're working on with your instructor. This is just what I work on at home from tips that he has given me. Tyler Hall, if you want to go check him out. I've been working with him for a long time now, but we work on that push the ball drill, and we also do one which I showed in the indoor troon video where you have a stick and you hold on to it and you can really see it there. So I'll link that one so you guys can go check that out. But that's another really great drill that you can do inside to kind of work on that takeaway. But I'll do this, I'll have the TV on or something, and I'll just kill time by just doing as many as I can to just get that feeling, to make sure I'm doing it right. So hopefully when I get back out on the golf course, I'm able to hit those positions. Another thing that I work on is that I get quick from the top. And so when my hands are here, I turn out of it and everything is out of sync. And so I work on a couple things as well that I'll show you here on how I want my legs to move and how I kind of want everything to fall and work together. As you have probably seen in my swing, I have a very active lower body, and this is just how I have been taught. My legs are also the strongest part of my body, so I just tend to use that, and I feel very comfortable using my legs. And so a lot of drills that I used to do at home when I was younger is I would turn back, squat, turn through. And I would just do this over and over again until I kind of got that movement. So you turn, you don't sway off the ball, you turn, and then you would squat, feel like you're almost like sitting back into a chair, squat, and then this leg kind of turns, leads out, and then straightens, and then this foot kind of rolls in. So that's the movement that I work on. Nico? And you'll see that this leg movement is really important to the timing of my swing. It's something that I still work on almost every single day. If I don't have my legs moving right in this kind of motion, I tend to get here and collapse at the top, and this leg kind of pops in when my timing is off, and so I kind of dip back, and this is when I get kind of under and flippy, so I can get those quick snap hooks or kind of that block to the right. And so my leg movement is really important to me, because if I'm solid and I'm here, look at the difference in the position when I'm here and like how strong I look compared to that position. So your legs are a huge part of your swing, and you want to be able to make sure you're using them right. Another good thing to think about when you're working on your legs is that feeling in your feet. It's actually really good to do barefoot because you can really feel where the pressure is. So if it's, sometimes I see a lot of people here and they're almost leaning forward, so all of the weight and pressure is on the balls of your feet. And you can almost see like my heels are raising up, and then some people have too much weight in the back of their heels, and they tend to kind of fall backwards on it. So you want to feel like there's equal weight distribution. And then you can also feel like when you're moving and shifting where the weight then goes. And so at first I feel more of the weight shift to the right, and then they're equal, and then it shifts over to the left side. Something that I like to think of, and I always think of this to stay grounded, is I almost feel like my feet are pushing into the ground, and so they're like melting in. If you watch a lot of the guys on tour, Justin Thomas is a really good example, or Bubba Watson, they actually like come up off, and they don't do this at all. And then you have other people who are a little bit more grounded. Again, this is just how I was taught and how I feel best connected, and it helps my rhythm and my timing and feeling like I'm grounded through my full swing. So I always feel like my feet are pushing into the ground. So when I'm at the top of my swing here, this is what I work on for my takeaway to make sure my timing's good. I work on this kind of transition right here. So I get quick here, and I get, my shoulder kind of spins out and I come down. So I like to work on kind of doing that squat position with my back still to the target and kind of getting that stretch. So I'm really exaggerating it, but I'm making sure that I'm getting that stretch position where it's like this is pulling this way and this is pulling that way. And so you feel a lot of the tension right here. And that's really great. So when I'm swinging and I get here. And it's like a second before the hands come down. So those are a couple good things you can check out in the mirror at home. I'll do the rest of the swing in a next video. I feel like sometimes with golf instruction, it can get so overwhelming because one, there's so many different ways to swing a golf club. There's so many different techniques out there. There's so many instructors telling you what you should and shouldn't do. And it's hard to know what to work on, what not to work on. And so when you guys come to my channel, I really try to simplify it and strip it down to what I think is necessary, what's going to actually help you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. It's something that you guys can do at home. You don't even have to work on the positions that I was working on. You can work on whatever you think you need. Just get a full-length mirror and just practice your swing. Do shadow swings for a long time, making sure you're hitting those positions. It's so hard when you're out on the range and you can't see what you're doing. So now having this mirror, you know that you're hitting the positions exactly where you want to hit them. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. Hope you guys are staying safe and sane and enjoying my indoor golf content. I will see you guys next Thursday.